So find the roots of the following equations. These are all quadratics, or these should all be quadratics, where if you try to use decomposition, you try to factor them, you'll find that there is no pair of integers that can possibly factor these. And so when that happens, and it happens kind of often, the next thing you try is the quadratic formula, which says the solutions to the quadratic, if there are any, will come out of this equation. So let's try this out. This one, first it has a hidden coefficient here. The x squared coefficient is 1. So for this, a equals 1, the middle coefficient is 2, and the last coefficient is negative 1. So its solutions should be minus b, minus 2, plus or minus root, b squared is 4, minus 4 times a times c over 2 times a. So now we clean this up. Minus 2 plus or minus. These negatives cancel out. So this becomes just 4 plus 4 over 2. Now, root 8, I'm going to do this compactly because I'm running out of space, is the same as 2 root 2. And this is lucky. Both of these in the numerator are divisible by 2. So we can say negative 2 divided by 2 makes negative 1, plus or minus, and then 2 root 2 divided by 2 makes just root 2. There's the simplest forms. As exact values. To the nearest tenth, you do negative 1 plus root 2, which would be 0.4, and negative 1 minus root 2, which would be negative 2.4. Same drill again. Here, a is 4, b is negative 12, c is 3. So our solutions should be minus negative 12, plus or minus root, b squared is 144. I ran out of space in the previous one, so now I'm trying to do a little more work early. Minus 4 times a times c, all over 2a is 8. So we have 12 plus or minus, okay, 4 times 4 is 16, times 3 is 48. 144 minus 48 is 96 over 8. Now, can we simplify 96? 96 is 6 times 16. Yeah, I think that's the best we can do. 16 has a nice square root. So it's root 16, root 6, all over 8, which is the same as 4 root 6 over 8. Now, I wish these were both divisible by 8, but no such luck. The best we can do is divide them all by 4. And that gives us 12 divided by 4 is 3. 4 root 6 divided by 4 is root 6. And downstairs, 8 divided by 4 is 2. That's our answer, as nice as we can make it. And in decimal form, in case you want to check your work, 3 plus root 6 divided by 2 is 2.7. Or the other version would be 3 minus the square root of 6 divided by 2, which is 0.3. Last one. They've given us this in a rotten form, so the first thing we have to do is fix it up. This is 4x squared equals, the 3 distributes, and we get 12x plus 15. Take these to the left-hand side, and we get 4x squared minus 12x minus 15 equals 0. In other words, the lesson with this one is do not try to use the quadratic formula unless you have this thing in general form. Ax squared plus bx plus c won't work otherwise. So here, our a is 4, our b is negative 12, negative 12. Our c is negative 15. And so our solutions ought to be minus b, the negatives cancel, plus or minus root b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a, which is 2 times 4. So we have 12 plus or minus root 144. 4 times 4 is 16, times 15 is 240, so this is 144 plus 240 over 8. So 12 plus or minus root 384 divided by 8. Now, does 384 have a nice square root? It doesn't have a nice square root, but it must contain one. Let's see, 384 divided by, I'm just kind of doing trial and error here. 15 squared is 225. I can see that won't work. 14 squared is 196. That doesn't do it. 384 divided by... Okay, I tried 14 squared. 13 squared is 169. That won't go. 12 squared is 144. Doesn't go evenly. 11 squared is 121. That won't do it. 10 squared is 100. That won't do it. 9 squared is 81. Nope. 8 squared is 64. That does it. 384 is 64 times 6. So this is 12 plus or minus root 64 root 6 all over 8, which is 12 plus or minus, the square root of 64 is just 8, and then we have root 6 over 8. Again, these aren't all divisible by 8, unfortunately, but they are all divisible by 4, so we'll do that. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 8 root 6 divided by 4 is 2 root 6, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. And if you run those through the calculator, let's see, 6 square root times 2 plus 3 divided by 6, oops, not divided by 6, divided by 2. I get 3.9 for the first solution, and for the other one you get root 6 times 2. Don't mind my order of operations, I'm doing this on a non-TI-83 calculator, so the order in which I enter things is not the same as you might be used to. For my other solution I get minus 0.9. So 3.9 and negative 0.9.